Hey everybody, it's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. I hope everybody is having an unbelievable week to this point. Look, I'm going to get right to the point. Before I get started, you know the routine. We're in the midst of a fundraiser. If you believe in the work we do, if you followed me and you know or you have any idea of what we do with Black Men Lead Rite of Passage initiative, with the work we do with domestic violence and intimate partner violence, the work we do with wraparound services and mental health, the research arm of the Odyssey Project, the think tank at the Odyssey Project, you know that that doesn't come without a cost. We need your support. With that being said, I want to talk about this ongoing thing that we can't seem to shake, and it always happens around times we really should be focusing on things that are more prevalent and more intensively influential and impactful in the Black community. While everybody is weighing in on this whole Kanye thing on either side, I'm not here to champion either side of that argument, because no matter what side of that argument I'm on, it benefits me none. I gain nothing by being on either side of the argument, and even winning the argument, I gain nothing. While I can have probably a better understanding of what's transpiring than most, it's still not something that is prevalently impactful in the outcomes in life that I desire as an individual, as a leader in my family, as a leader in my community, as the executive director for the Odyssey Project, as the CEO of Rick Wallace. None of it impacts me on that level, not directly. Understanding the dynamic and using it to move in my own way, yes. We're sitting up getting into the argument. But let me tell you what's happening. Kanye, whether in a stroke of brilliance or in a stroke of total idiocy, decided to alienate and enrage a very powerful group of people. There's a lot to take from this. First and foremost, Kanye has been enraging and alienating groups for a minute, and nothing has happened. Matter of fact, when he ticked off Black people by saying slavery is a choice, whether you want to find a way to, you know, rationalize the statement and put a level of empowerment into the statement or not, the truth is that a lot of Black people were offended by it, but nothing happened. As a matter of fact, his net worth grew. I want you to hold on to that for a minute. When he alienated this group, it took a week before he felt it. It didn't even take a week. It started the day, but it took a week to strip him of that coveted billionaire title. And trust me, I'm not a person that's basking in the breaking of Kanye West, no matter how I may feel about any particular thing. And I'm not on one extreme side of an argument or another. There are some things that he brought to the forefront that needs to be addressed, that needs to be talked about, that needs to be examined and investigated. But what happens is when you become a polarizing figure and you tend to say things extreme that tick people off, people don't tend to listen to you. They don't see the message anymore. All they see is the messenger. So nobody's hearing what he said. Nobody's challenging that. And when you add in the fact that now this group is offended and everybody's coming to the defense of the group that needs the least amount of defending, whereas in the most socioeconomically bereft group, Blacks, nobody cares who is saying what. Nobody cares what's being pumped into the Black community. Nobody cares how many destructive and devastating policies are drafted that consistently tear us down. Nobody cares, and we don't do anything about it ourselves. Now, let me tell you something. There is a process of breaking, and they're going with everything they have to completely break Kanye. Nobody's going to touch him because the one thing you don't do is insult this group. Nobody wants to be the person associated with the person who did anything to alienate this group, because they don't want to seem as if they are supporting anti-Semitism. Now, my thing is, I'm not here to argue the merits of anti-Semitism, the definition of anti-Semitism, or what a Semite is, and I'm not here for none of that. What I am here to tell you is this: when they finish breaking Kanye will still be wealthier than the average black person by a long shot. And all of the devastation that's going on in the black community will still be exactly as it was when this all started. We are so heavily invested in this argument and not invested in building in our community. Blacks spend $2 billion a year on Jordans. Blacks outspend and outbuy luxury cars at a rate higher than whites, while whites have 4 times more median household wealth than blacks. Blacks are consistently caught up in chasing a symbol. That's why when someone says something about blacks, we get so offended and we get so up in an uproar and so emotional, is because that's all we have is a symbol, the idea of belonging, the idea of fitting in, the idea of being a part of something. That's what integration was. It was an idea of being a part of something that we didn't own, we didn't control, we don't have any footing in. We gave up our power and ownership so that we could partake in something we don't belong in. When we go out and we spend billions and billions and billions of dollars into an industry in which we are not the controlling factor, we're constantly investing in our own demise. And so what we have here is a group of people who will not invest in black business development, a group of people who will not invest in black residential redevelopment, reconstruction, will not invest in black education, will not invest in the reduction of the impact and devastation of the private prison industrial complex and the school to prison pipeline, but will invest every ounce of energy they have into defending some other cause that does not benefit them, while constantly investing their money as consumers, meaning they are spending their money into situations and circumstances, products, and all forms of liabilities that depreciate in value, that bring no value, that grow no value, that have no potential of increasing their wealth by therefore increasing their power. So when all this stuff is over, when they finish breaking Kanye will, you know, have to do whatever he's got to do to adjust and whatever. And people are talking about it on both sides and going hard in the paint, but not realizing that the average kid will never have the chance to do what the average black kid will never have the chance to do what Kanye has done without selling their soul to do it. And that's because we've created nothing for them. The average kid will have to move against an idea that the Eurocentric idea of what is what they should ascribe to. They should ascribe to the Eurocentric idea of what's classy, what's beautiful, what's professional, what's acceptable, and never truly search within themselves to see the power that lies within the creativity of their very existence, the power that lies within the force of their natural existence. Because we haven't invested in it. We haven't invested in programs that can empower them. We haven't invested in businesses that can lead to more jobs for black people, lead to more political clout for black people, lead to more financial and socioeconomic fluidity along the way. We are an emotional ship at wandering at sea, and we have no financial future because we have no sense of pure self-sustainment, self-sufficiency, and self-force. So we are literally living our lives and getting involved in things that do not support us. That's our fault. On that note, look, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. You guys have an unbelievable start to your day. And I am going to get out. And again, I ask, if you believe in the work we're doing, we could definitely use your support. We could definitely use you to get behind us. We could definitely use you to help us become a catalyst of change, real empowerment. And that's what I'm going to ask. Support the work we're doing. I ask this with sincerity. I ask this with conviction, and I'm going to challenge. Support the work we're doing. Get involved in the work we're doing. Send people who can benefit from the work we're doing. All of the above. But we're going to have to see something different. We're going to have to do something more than get charged up emotionally and get into empty, impotent debates about something we have no control over. We're watching that group execute power we could build for ourselves, power we could establish for ourselves, power that we could do so much that we wouldn't have to look outside of ourselves for anything. But it's going to be up to us to do that. It's going to be up to us to live up to it. It's going to be up to us to actually take action. It's real simple. If we don't do something for ourselves, we are going to literally disintegrate as a people. We African Americans, people who are descendants of slaves in this country, are going to be a foregone thought if we're not careful. That's the reality of it. We're going to literally turn the world we're living in over to our children and our grandchildren in worse situation than we got when we got it, and with no sense of direction on what to do with it and how to change it. That's where we're headed. And that is not a place that you want your descendants in. On that note, look, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. I'm going to get in this gym and do some work, get back and get some more stuff done. I'm out.